Hey guys and girls, welcome back to a new example video here on the C++ channel. It's a beautiful day. We're just going to talk about a real quick intro to dynamic arrays, alright? Something you need to know. So let's just get started. Well, if you remember the stack and the heap, if you make a static array and stat array for, let's actually make a constant here, our size that we will use just to print out and stuff. So we'll give it a size 10. So our size, right? And this is a static array with, as you remember, it's created in a stack because the computer knows that this exists here. It's not a pointer. It's not dynamic. It's always gonna stay at size 10. It's always gonna be here, until the end of the scope, and in the program in this case. So the thing here is the stack just keeps track of sure things. All right. The heap takes care of everything that's dynamic, everything that the user can like delete and create new at any time, at any point, just unexpectedly, right? So the heap takes care of all that stuff, and the stack is just your sure thing storage place where all the sure variables and everything that are known, their lifetimes are known, will be stored there. So say we have a int array dynamic. Let's just call it dynamic array. This is a pointer. Okay. Remember, we can do that, right? We can initialize it to nothing. But the thing is, we can make a new integer as well with the value 10, right? Not the size. This is not an array. This is just an integer with the value 10. So it's one number with the value 10, just like writing int a equals 10. That's basically the same thing, right? And how would you delete this? Remember, every new you need to delete, right? So let me just go through that. Let's see. There's another way to delete a dynamic array, right? But just to remember, you would just write dynamic array. In this case, if you just have a number, you just write it like this. Okay, you just write delete and you write the variable name, the pointer's name. If you do this, you're trying to delete an array and you're going to get an error. So we have to make an array here, right? That's how easy it is to make a dynamic array, or to start making a dynamic array. That's how easy it is. See, now since we know there's an array here, we have to delete this. So there's some stuff you have to keep track of. There's stuff that the compiler will not do for you. You'll get a bunch of memory leaks if you do this. If you have an array, it's just going to take away the first element and it's going to leave everything else in the heap. Okay? So let's just say we created a new integer array here because we have our int pointer with the size 10. So it's the exact same thing as this. It's the exact same thing. It's just that this lives in the stack. It has from one position to 9 more after it are reserved for this array. The same thing here. It's just that there is a pointer living somewhere in the memory in the stack. The pointer is created in the stack. Okay, because it knows its life cycle. It knows that the pointer itself is going to live until the end of the scope. But it does not know what the pointer is pointing to, how long that will live. So that's created in the heap. Okay, and there's an array of 10 in the heap and one pointer in the stack, which is pointing to the first element of that array. And this array has no variable name. It doesn't it's just connected to the program through dynamic array. So if we did this equals new int 20, what would happen? What would happen to this old integer array we had in the heap? Well, it will still be there, and that's called a memory leak, if you remember. That means that you forgot to delete the old memory before you allocated new memory. It's called allocation, and this is called deallocation. So you'll get a memory leak of 10 integer values here, which is not good. Like if this keeps happening during the program cycle, a lot of times you get a lot of leaks and then it'll just bog down the program, right? You don't want memory leaks. It's the worst thing. So what you would do in this case, for some reason, if you want to do this, you'd actually delete it in between here. You just straight up delete the old array and then you'd make a new array in its place, a bigger one. See? What I would do in this case is, if I had something like our size already, I'd just multiply it by 2. And I would create a double the size of that old array. So then you have a new one. Now, in the case of dynamic arrays, what we're going to talk about in the future, here in the coming videos, is how to actually copy over the old. Because remember, these are there are values in here as well. If you just delete this, those values are gone. There's no point in making a bigger array if the old variables are gone. So you want to copy them over, then make it bigger, right? So in that case, you're going to have to make a temporary array. And I'm going to show that with drawings. I'm going to show that with in a way that you understand it really, because dynamic arrays and dynamic memory allocation is probably one of the most important things you're going to learn about. And that's why we talk so much about pointers and how they work and that they're holding memory addresses and stuff. So yeah, this is about it for now. We can fill this with numbers just to show you what's going on. We'll keep the delete there. So for loop our size, just to show you that they're the exact same thing, and you can access all the variables in the exact same way. So stat array position 1 equals rand 10. Whoops, what am I doing? Like this, and then dynamic array. Whoops, rand 10 plus 1. So we'll just do that. Just a regular, straight up regular thing. And then we'll just see out these things. Stat. Just line. And we'll do this. Just do that, and then just like that, just to show you what's going on here. And then we have to delete it in the end. So everything should be fine, no memory leaks. And then see, we have 2, 4. So it's working just like a regular array. Like you access it just like you would a regular array. Okay, you don't have to think about anything. Once you've created it like this, that's the part where you have to do some different type of writing here with all this asterisks and stuff when you create a pointer and the new and the delete. But when you're actually using it, okay, it's the exact same thing. You see, the static array and the dynamic array are being used in the exact same way. So you don't have to worry about that. So don't think about it after you've created it. And then you remember to delete it. And you'll be fine. So yeah, I've been babbling on too much in this video. Thanks for watching, peeps. Okay? And as always, I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching my videos. And I hope you're learning something as well. So yeah, thanks again. And I'll see you in the next video.